Good evening to any live viewers of the RFU Level 3 information session. It's Monday the 9th of November. It is 6:30 p.m. My name is Alan Moses. I'm Area Training Manager for the RFU, covering Area 6, and I'll be delivering this short information session. For live viewers, just some easy housekeeping. As the session goes on, you'll see at the top of your screen some dots. These dots enable you to open up the questioning section of the presentation. If you click on the dots, it'll then drop down a Q&A box. That Q&A box then opens up the question asking area of the webinar. If you have any questions as the session goes on, please click on there. That will send the questions through to me, and I'll answer them as I can as we go along. The session should last between 15 minutes and 20 minutes. The intention being any follow-up can go direct to the details I provide at the end of the session. Outcomes that we're going to look to hit are reasonably straightforward. The session itself is designed to cover all Level 3 courses which will run across the country. There is some local information on here for those specific to Area 6. The versions for the rest of the country can be obtained from the contacts towards the end. So we'll go through the application procedure, and then we'll also look a little bit at the towards Level 3 information which can be provided. So first of all, a little bit about what Level 3 is. Level 3 is slightly different to the other sessions that we run for the RFU, the other courses that we run. As you can see, Level 3 is more an endorsement of what you are currently doing as a coach, rather than a learning and teaching module. It will look to verify that you as a coach are a Level 3 practitioner. There will be some development opportunities on the course, and we do cover a number of areas. We cover adaptive games, we cover a number of practical delivery sessions. We look at strength and conditioning, we look at planning and periodization. We look at the use of technology. We look at topics such as momentum analysis and team profiling. The vast majority of the course, however, is based on what you are currently doing in your environment as a coach. So it builds on the areas that you are involved with your school, club, university, college team, building on the periodization, planning, player profiling that you already do, and then looks at how you can implement those into your training program. The descriptor of the course, this just gives you the information as to what will be covered throughout the 3 days on course in Module 1. Module 2, which is the field-based delivery, and then Module 3, which is a return to Twickenham for a final assessment. So as you can see, it covers a huge amount of detail, and there's an expectation that you, as the Level 3 coach, will be able to demonstrate this in your practice. So the course will cover a full calendar year, and a number of competencies on course will need to be observed, both on course in the 3-day module, off course in the field where you'll be assigned a mentor who will observe your current practice in your club, school, college, whichever it may be, and then back to Twickenham for the final module. The important thing to consider is with a Level 3 coach, it's a head coach program. As a backs coach or as a forwards coach, you would need to demonstrate the ability to be lead coach. We often have a number of people apply who say, oh, well, I'm just the forwards coach at Club X. Being the forwards coach is all well and good, but to get through the course, you need to be able to demonstrate an ability to coach every element of the game, and an understanding and appreciation of all the units and sub-units. As you can see, you need to demonstrate an understanding of all principles of attack and defence, of ability to coach the line out, ability to coach the scrum. So it really is a head coach award and qualification. So when we look at the components of the course, there are some non-negotiables that we look for at point of application. The hyperlink that you can see on the page will take you straight to the level 3 application site. All of the information on there is now live and ready to go. That site will give you all of the information I covered tonight, but also all of the paperwork that you'll need to actually apply. So you need to be head coach of a team or program, and that must be at under 16 or above. We won't accept anybody who applies who is coaching below under 16s. And there need to be competitive match opportunities. So programs such as DPP won't be considered because there is no competitive match opportunity linked to DPP. You also need to consider your playing window. So we have a number of school teachers apply. If your playing program only lasts from September till Christmas, that's where you'll have to produce all of your evidence. So you'll have a much more condensed observation window. So what we have to have is a clear program set out on application. The closing date for applications, as you can see, is 18th of March, and that's inflexible. Anything received after that won't be considered. So you have until that date. The full application must be submitted, and I'll go over that in a second. The full application must be submitted and received by Friday, the 18th of March. There'll then be a process of screening using a number of RFU tutors who deliver on course and a number of RFU trainers. They'll screen applications and you'll be notified as to the result by the 28th of April. Once you've been accepted, then you'll need to book and pay using the RFU's online course booking system, but that would all be explained at a later time. Now, as you can see, I've put the dates and venues of the North course, and I'll show the other courses as they come up. These dates are set, so if you are obviously keen, you need to get these dates into your diary. Module 1 is the face-to-face, and there's no option to just attend a couple of days or turn up late. You've got to be there for the full program, and they are 3 full days, 9:30 a.m. till beyond 5 each day. So you need to be available for all 3 of those days. Module 2 is the on-course, which obviously is during the season. Then Module 3, the exact dates for that will be confirmed at a later date. And that course, the North course, will run at Leeds Mercure Parkway, just outside North Leeds, just well, close to West Park Leeds Rugby Club. The South course, as you can see, July 15, 16, 17 at Filton College, Bristol. And then we have a specific professional players course, which is held at Lilleshall. While the courses are North, South and professional players, only the professional players course is absolutely ring-fenced for that environment. If you are based in the far north, but you can only do the dates for the South course, you would still be considered for that course. It's not that you have to only attend the North course. The only people who would be accepted onto the professional players course would be those who have played in a full-time professional environment and are now coaching. You must obviously still meet the criteria above that. You are level 3 coach to a team or program and working with under 16s or above. No one will be considered for any course that doesn't meet those top 2 criteria. These dates are obviously available at the link as listed here. So once you click on that link, all of this information will obviously be reiterated, but those dates are there should you need a reminder. So a few points in terms of the application process. there are 7 main elements to application, and all of these must be submitted by the 18th of March. First of all, there's the application form, and that's available from the hyperlink. Once you complete each section of the application form, it will then ask you to attach certain elements. It might be to attach a CV, or it might be to attach a video, but it's a reasonably straightforward process. So you must complete the full application form first of all. You then need to support that with a written confirmation of your position within the club, and that needs to come from possibly your director of rugby, director of sport, head teacher, somebody who oversees you at the environment where you're working, and that's just to verify that you are leading the program. We have had a number of people in the past who have applied who have not submitted this but assured us they are head of program, and when websites are scrutinized, they're assistant coach to the under 12s. We will check applications, and anybody who doesn't meet the criteria or can't verify their position won't be accepted and will be turned away at application. So that will be attached to your application. There also needs to be evidence of your attendance at 3 or more of the advanced CPD series, which we'll look at in a second. Now, that evidence is held by us on GMS, which is our data system. Once you attend a course, the register is then uploaded, and that will just show against your record. So that's held centrally. There's nothing else you would need to do for that. It may be that you've done a course in the dark distant past. If we can't find it on our system, we'd obviously ask you for evidence of having attended. But 99% of people who apply, we've got their information for that CPD already. We'll have a look at what the courses are in a second. There's a player profiling task which needs to be completed. The template for that is on the hyperlink. It's just a case of downloading it, carefully reading the instructions, and carrying out the task. The task has been changed from last year and the year before. So there have been submissions in the past where people have simply submitted a friend, a colleague's player profiling exercise. It's different every year, so we'll spot that a mile off. And it also needs to be appropriate for your team. So the profiling exercise will be done with the team that you are currently coaching. And that's also a task which carries forward into the course itself. So once you get on course, we'll then expand your profiling to link with everything that we cover on course. We ask for it to be on the template that we provide, just so that we've got some consistency in application, and also we find it to be a template which provides the information we're looking for. New for this year is completion of the RFU's Head Case Online Concussion Education course. That link takes you to the Head Case section of englandrugby.com. There's approximately an hour's worth of work on there. Some reading, some learning, and at the end it will generate a test. Once you complete the test, it gives you a nice certificate. But more importantly, after the certificate, it asks you to input your details. We need you to input your details there because that again updates your record, and we need to see that you've completed that on your GMS record. So if you haven't already done it, you need to spend an hour of your time having a look through it. Whether or not you applied for level 3, it's something that all coaches really need to be aware of, whichever environment they are in. So that's something which is new for this year. You then need to submit a full coaching CV. We're not necessarily interested in people's 1 rep max bench press, which we've had in the past. It's more just to give us some detail of the environments that you have coached or currently coaching, some information about your playing experience, but then also we look for some references associated with your submission. So as detailed a coaching CV as you can submit. And on there, we obviously, any CPD that you've done outside of the RFU, so anything that transfers across from other nations, other unions, or other sports, that's the type of information we like to see. And then the final part of the submission is your video clip. Now on the hyperlink at present, there is a spinning disc, which over the next week or so will be replaced by an upload section. We don't take discs or hard drives or pen drives as we used to. Everything has to be uploaded to a site called Buto TV. So once we've got that video uploaded, then it needs to be named appropriately. So put your name on, the date of your submission, because we need to pair it up with your actual application. So make sure you label it nice and clearly. The DVD or the video submission is as the title there. Go forward and support from phase play, 15 to 20 minutes. It can be an edited clip. It doesn't have to be 15 to 20 consecutive minutes of coaching. And in there, we want to see evidence of use of adaptive games, a technical area, a game area, breakout, skill development area, whatever you call it. But we also need to see you coaching. Common errors that we have on the video are people using an iPad strapped to a fence 50 meters away from the activity, where you can't see what's happening. You certainly can't hear what's happening. So you need to make consideration to how you're going to video that session. You need to make consideration about how we as the observers are going to hear your interventions as a coach. So if you're giving some feedback to players, we need to be able to hear that feedback. If you're giving some technical input on an area of the breakdown or a tackle, we need to be able to see that. So ideally, you'll have a microphone attached to your video camera. If not, then whoever is videoing it will come close enough so that the audience can hear your conversations with players, your feedback, your corrections, whatever it may be. It also needs to be of a quality that we can watch. We have videos that come in all manner of quality. Either it's too far away, it's out of focus, the person controlling the video camera isn't looking at what's actually going on. This submission is your one and only opportunity to demonstrate practically to us. If we can't see it or we can't hear it, then we can't assess it. And obviously, if you submit your video on the 17th of March, then you won't have an opportunity to resubmit. The only time we will accept a resubmission is if the video won't play. So if it's filmed on a Mac and we only have access to Windows computers, we'll ask you to resubmit it in an appropriate format. So what we recommend is unless you have full-time video or access to video at your club, it may be worth contacting a local university, college or school that may have people who are doing media or some kind of video broadcasting as part of their course. Most colleges, universities and sixth forms will have that type of equipment. There may be people at the school who need to complete a project which involves them making some kind of video production. So if we look at it now in November, there are a number of months that you can make contact with institutions close to you. It may be that one or two of you are working together, so you can do your sessions together back to back, but consideration needs to be thought about now and not on the 16th of March with 2 days to go. So you submit a poor video. As I've said, I can't reiterate enough. This is your one submission for us to have a look at you as a coach. So it needs to be the best it can be. I've just had a question regarding courses that people may have already completed. If you've already done them, then that's fine. We'll be able to find that on your record. But you need to, if it's the head case course, you need to be certain that you've filled in the information at the end, or you can provide us with a printed screenshot of your certificate with your details on. So yeah, if you've already done it in the past, we'll have that on our system. But I would just urge you to check that you have actually completed that correct course. So they're the 7 stages of the submission, and they all have to be in by Friday the 18th of March. We won't accept partial submissions, we won't give extensions. There's plenty of time between now and 18th of March to get these in. In terms of the CPD courses, there are 5 courses which are available in the advanced CPD suite. As you can see, goal setting, planning and periodization, player profiling, game planning, and performance analysis. The intention is that people will attend them in that order, because there is a sequence to the learning that we're trying to get individuals to take. But we understand not everybody will be able to. To be accepted on course, you must have attended the courses that are starred. So planning and periodization, player profiling, and game planning. They're the 3 that you must have attended to be accepted. The other 2 are nice to have. Reason being, those 3 starred courses make up a fundamental part of the on-course sessions. The sessions are available across all 6 RFU areas. There are a number of them which run November, December, January, February. Again, we don't offer extensions for people to make up courses. So there are a number of them that are available. You can find them at the hyperlink englandrugby.com/courses, which will give you this drop down. In order to search for your local course, just as you can see, filter by coach, filter by the course title, stick your postcode in, hit search, and it will bring up the full list of courses by geographical location to you. So it'll give you the courses closest to you first. If you can't get to your most local one, then you're going to have to travel a little bit of distance to make it up. Now, for the benefit of those in Area 6, these are the courses that are listed. So we've got a number that are starting soon, and then the courses I've set up run all the way through to March. So there's a fair spread. We run them in 3 centres. So as I said, people are going to have to travel, and the reason we run them generally one per CB is we need a decent number of people per course for them to run. And what we find is the wider we spread them, the less people we get onto each one. So, for example, the course at Leeds Met on the 18th of November, there's already 10 people signed up onto that. So that course will definitely run. Penrith course, which is starting on Wednesday, I think has 3 people on, but we will still run it because obviously the good people of Cumbria need opportunities to be able to attend these sessions. Now, in terms of follow-up from this evening, this link will give you the video again. Should you have missed something, just click on the link again and you can play the video, which is obviously just like watching a YouTube video. If you have any technical queries, so any specific queries about content of the course, the individuals you need to contact are as shown. So Phil Kearns covers the North course, Andy Webb covers the South course, and Nick Scott will cover the Pro Players course. When you want to submit your application, North applications go to Adele Steer, South applications go to Lisa Sketchley, and Pro Players applications go to Lindsay Piper. You obviously need to identify the course that you can attend in full. And just to remind everybody that Pro Players only on the Pro Players course, and that is players who have been involved in the professional elite game and who are currently coaching at whatever level. So they're the follow-up contacts. If you have my contact details, more than happy for people to contact me should they want any further information. But hopefully that's given you a brief but detailed insight into what you need to do as a coach now. And again, just to summarize, you need to be head coach of a play-in program of under 16 and above with playing opportunities. So just a reminder, DPP coaches won't be considered as their primary position of coaching. It can be male, female game, it can be university rugby, it can be schools rugby, Colts rugby, but it's head coach of that program only. So that concludes the session. I've answered the questions that we had, so I'll pull a call now. Like I say, make contact with the guys, as you can see in front of you, in terms of any technical points. And when you're ready to apply, full application, points 1 to 7, to the appropriate administrator. Hope you found that useful. Feel free to pass this link on to anybody else that may have missed it or you think may be interested. And thank you very much for your time.